One of the main focuses of the show Pawn Stars is the buying and selling of one-of-a-kind goods. Fans have come from all over the world to watch the show because of its unique cast over the years. The pawn shop gang has earned a significant amount of riches thanks to the hard-nosed deal-makers and eccentric people that they employ. However, you might be astonished to find out that Chumlee, the clumsy fan favorite, is actually the richest of all of them by a significant margin. How was he able to accomplish that? Stay tuned till the very end to find out it. Austin Lee Russell, better known by his stage name Chumlee, was born on September 8, 1982 in Henderson, Nevada. He is more than just a goofy face on Pawn Stars. There is a wealth of fascinating information regarding his journey from being a dedicated collector to being a reality TV star and a successful businessman. While Chumlee was growing up in Las Vegas, he most likely picked up his passion for collecting and selling from the environment he was exposed to. His mother worked in the casino industry, while his father established a career as a DJ. These two aspects of the city, which is fueled by entertainment, couldn't be more opposite from one another. At a young age, Chumlee began honing his talents in bartering, which ultimately led to the development of his professional vocation. The beginning of Chumlee's career in the pawn industry occurred centuries before the cameras were even present. It was his connection with Corey Big Hoss Harrison, the son of Rick Harrison, the proprietor of a gold and silver pawn store, that served as the impetus for his eventual profession. The renowned pawn store in Las Vegas, which was established in 1989 by Rick Harrison and his father, Richard Old Man Harrison, turned out to be a playground that both of the boys were familiar with. Both Chumlee and Corey worked at the shop when they were youngsters, long before reality television began knocking on the door. By working behind the counter for a period of 5 years, Chumlee was able to perfect his talents and become familiar with the pawn business. In spite of the fact that he first concentrated on less significant responsibilities, his innate capacity to connect with clients was not overlooked. Over the course of a short period of time, he transitioned from working behind the scenes to directly negotiating with customers who entered the business. When the concept of a reality television show that would revolve around the pawn shop was first conceived, Chumlee's participation in the show was not a given. Due to the fact that there were at least 10 other employees competing for the spotlight, he was not even certain that he would be selected for the final cut. The plan, however, was Chumlee's. He came to the conclusion that he should support his lifetime connection with Corey. Their natural friendliness and humorous banter were his hidden weapons. He used them to his advantage. Chumlee's method was successful because he was determined to be himself and to avoid experiencing camera jitters. The producers recognized that there was something unique about the way he interacted with the Harrison family. Chumlee and the other members of the crew became reality TV superstars as a result of the show's phenomenal success, which has resulted in the accumulation of millions of dollars. In the days when Chumlee was a youngster working in the gold and silver pawn store, he was surrounded by dusty antiquities and eccentric customers. However, the chance that he took to simply be himself in front of the cameras had established a road that he could not have anticipated. The debut of Pawn Stars on the History Channel in 2009 was a momentous occasion that irrevocably altered Chumlee's life. The performance was responsible for introducing Chumlee to a more extensive audience. The moniker Chumlee was given to him by the father of a childhood buddy, who noticed a likeness between him and the walrus character in Tennessee Tuxedo. In spite of the fact that his laid-back demeanor was well received by fans, Chumlee frequently found himself the subject of light-hearted jabs from his other cast members. His supposed lack of understanding was the subject of their mockery, and they occasionally referred to him as the village fool. In spite of this, Chumlee remained unfazed. He was well aware that he was underrated. During the episode of Pinball Wizards, he was given the opportunity to shine. He surprised Corey by demonstrating his remarkable expertise in pinball machines, which Corey found to be very entertaining. This was not a one-time demonstration of one's knowledge. It was later demonstrated that Chumlee's abilities extended beyond the realm of pinball when he tackled a gas-powered toy car repair in the game Never Surrender, and even recognized a counterfeit pair of Air Jordan V sneakers in the game Honest Abe. Not only did Pawn Stars result in Chumlee gaining recognition, but it also provided opportunities for him to pursue his business passion. He established his own business, which specialized in the design and sale of novelty items such as t-shirts. In an effort to engage with his audience, he even organized personal appearances. Taking into account the ever-increasing demand, the proprietor of the shop, Rick Harrison, purchased a 50% stake in Chumlee's business in the year 2010. Through the implementation of this tactical maneuver, the pawn shop was able to effectively manage the rise in orders for Chumlee's items. Chumlee's career on Pawn Stars had only begun, and she had already gone from working behind the scenes at a pawn shop to being a reality TV celebrity and the owner of a business. He embraced his on-screen identity, capitalizing on his popularity by launching a line of items and even opening his own candy store, Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard, which further solidified his success as an entrepreneur. An early accomplishment in his career was the receipt of a BMI TV Music Award in 2011, which he received for his contributions to the television show Pawn Stars. A nomination for a Daytime Emmy Award was even bestowed upon him, further solidifying his position as a prominent figure in the television industry. Despite the fact that Chumlee's life was flooding with success, he was also silently being shaped by a devastating personal loss. In 2009, just 2 weeks before the premiere of Pawn Stars, his father lost his battle with pancreatic cancer and went away. One of Chumlee's most prized things was a collection of handcrafted artifacts that had been built by his father, who was an accomplished woodworker. These cherished treasures had a worth that was much beyond any monetary amount, and they were daily memories of his father. Because of this, they were the one thing that he would never even consider selling under any circumstances. In the wake of the death of his father and the remarkable weight loss that Corey experienced, Chumlee decided to begin his own personal quest toward better health. Through a combination of rigorous exercise and a strict diet, he was able to shed more than 100 pounds. He eliminated processed meals and replaced them with healthy alternatives. He adopted the idea that everything should be done in moderation. On the other hand, it is not always simple to keep up with significant changes in lifestyle. The weight that Chumlee had lost by the year 2016 had been restored by him by the year 2016. This cycle of oscillating weight loss and gain persisted, with his weight reaching its highest point of 350 pounds in the beginning of 2019. A very genuine challenge that many people go through is reflected in Chumlee's struggles with her weight. In October of 2021, Chumlee made the decision to undergo gastric sleeve surgery because she was determined to make a change that would endure. A major reduction in hunger and appetite is one of the ways that the operation, which is designed to significantly reduce the size of the stomach, assists with quick weight loss. After putting in a lot of effort and receiving this medical intervention, Chumlee was ultimately able to maintain his weight at approximately 190 pounds. The fame of Chumlee was not confined to the confines of the pawn store that specializes in gold and silver. He expanded his career into other realms of entertainment, building on the success he had achieved as a pawn star. It was on shows like iCarly that he made appearances as himself. He also experimented with baking and baking with Chumlee, and he demonstrated his passion for automobiles and counting automobiles. As a result, he was able to secure a tiny part in the film The Polka King, which was released in 2017, and he appeared with the great Jack Black. Through his participation in a wide variety of projects, he has established himself as a well-known personality in the entertainment sector. Chumlee, on the other hand, was not going to rest on his laurels. After recognizing the potential for expansion, he made the astute decision to investigate many alternative paths within the entertainment industry. By enrolling in DJ school and improving his abilities behind the turntables, he allowed himself to fully embrace his passion for music. When he made his first public appearance as a DJ, he grabbed attention and made news for a rider who allegedly requested Girl Scout cookies and gorgeous ladies. Due to the fact that Chumlee is always looking for opportunities, he has even expressed interest in becoming a talent scout for young musicians in Las Vegas. This demonstrates his ambition to increase his impact in the music industry. The moment had come to find out what else Chumlee was capable of, in addition to the success that he had achieved with Pawn Stars. The road that Chumlee took was hardly an exception to the harsh spotlight that fame frequently shines. During the month of March in 2016, his entire world collided. A sexual assault allegation against him prompted the police to conduct a search warrant at his residence in Las Vegas. A disturbing scene, methamphetamine, marijuana, and a collection of weaponry, including a dozen firearms, were discovered by the authorities following their investigation. Chumlee's reputation took a significant knock after he was arrested and charged with a staggering 20 drug offenses, in addition to one charge related to weapons. The excitement in the media was substantial. The news of the raid, the horrific discoveries that were made within Chumlee's home, and the frightening inquiry into sexual assault depicted a totally different picture than the character of the popular Pawn Star. In this context, revelations were made regarding a room with a stripper pole that was used for chum chum, which hinted at potentially more sinister sides of his lifestyle. The fact that the police report said that the quantity of drugs identified was indicative of drug dealing added further fuel to the fires of the investigation. In May of 2016, Chumlee was scheduled to appear in court after posting bail in the amount of $62,000. As part of a plea bargain, he entered a guilty plea to the charge of possessing stolen weapons. Upon completion of the 3 years of probation, the remaining charges would be lowered to misdemeanors. In exchange, the defendant would be required to complete the probation. Chumlee's reputation among the public was seriously harmed, despite the fact that sexual assault accusations were never formally filed against him. The situation had a huge impact. Pawn Stars, a show that focused on providing amusement that was suitable for families, found itself linked to a scandal that was significantly more serious. The controversy that surrounded Chumlee's appearance on the show has now overtaken his once light-hearted presence. Nevertheless, Chumlee demonstrated flashes of resilience even in the midst of the tumult. Through his ability to navigate the judicial system and his acceptance of the plea deal, he took steps toward the long-term implications that his actions would have. It is undeniable that this time period made a mark on him, but it was not the conclusion of his journey. Chumlee's legacy, on the other hand, is not only about prominence. Because of his kind nature, he is an enthusiastic supporter of philanthropic activities. At the annual Anti-Up for Autism event that took place in 2014, he was a member of the team that played a vital role in generating awareness and funding for autism research. Chumlee's aspirations to become an entrepreneur did not end with the selling of T-shirts and attendance at personal appearances. The fact that he entered the realm of confections was a move that took many people by surprise. Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard initially opened its doors in May of 2017, and it is situated just across the street from the well-known gold and silver pawn shop. The establishment, which he and his brother Sage jointly owned and controlled, provided a sugar high for both fans and tourists alike. As a result of this smart position, Pawn Stars fans who went to the pawn shop in the hopes of catching a glimpse of their favorite Pawn Stars character could easily hop across the street to get a massive bag of gummy worms. Additionally, if they were fortunate, they might discover Chumlee himself ringing up their goods. On the other hand, the path to success that tasted like sugar was not devoid of complications. When Chumlee attempted to launch his online store and marketing campaign, he encountered an unexpected obstacle that he had to overcome. Neither ChumleeScandy.com nor ChumleeScandyOnTheBoulevard.com were available for use as domain names since they were already in use. By purchasing the domains, a cyber squatter by the name of Patrick Keys had the intention of making a significant profit when Chumlee would undoubtedly come calling. Chumlee was forced to come up with an inventive solution in order to retrieve the domain names he desired, rather than pay the likely expensive price. He has the option of coming up with a new moniker that is just as memorable. For example, Pez Stars, anyone? Not likely at all. Alternatively, you could take additional action. In Chumlee, it would appear that the candy entrepreneur would not give up without a struggle against him. There is a wide range of interests that Chumlee has that go well beyond the pawn shop counter. He is a fervent collector of trading cards, with a particular fondness for Pokemon cards, sports cards, and even more specialized options like as obscure and UFC cards. There is a separate Instagram account that he uses to document his collection and share the excitement of opening new packs in quest of uncommon treasures. This pastime is the source of all of his motivation. Chumlee is quite proud of the fact that he possesses a Charizard rainbow card that is worth an incredible $600. This is a testament to his dedication and knowledge within the realm of card collecting. It is clear that his enthusiasm for gaming extends to the realm of virtual reality. Outside of the arena of reality television, Chumlee reveals that he has a rather high level in the popular smartphone game, Pokemon Go. This gives him the opportunity to demonstrate his playful side. Chumlee made the decision to convert his passion for retro gaming into an exciting independent project, drawing influence from his childhood in the 1980 and 1990s. He was the driving force behind the development of Chumlee's Adventure, The Quest for Pinky, a brand new cartridge-based game that was developed specifically for the legendary Nintendo Entertainment System. With the intention of incorporating a sense of nostalgia and a Pawn Stars feel into the project, Chumlee was motivated by the old Kung Fu video game. His entrepreneurial attitude was further demonstrated by the fact that he successfully launched a Kickstarter campaign in order to raise money for the product's development and production. One of the most prominent characters in the game is a pixelated representation of his cherished dog, Mr. Piffles, also known as Pinky. The abilities of Chumlee are not limited to that. In addition to that, he is a blossoming photographer, which demonstrates a distinct aspect of his creative potential. His photography website, which is hosted on the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop platform, offers a number of his original works that are available for purchase as limited edition prints. All the Lights, which highlights the vivid vitality of the Las Vegas skyline at night, is one of the amazing photographs that he has included in his portfolio. Other photographs in his portfolio include Desert Wasteland, which demonstrates the eerie beauty of abandoned constructions. It is clear that his art is very popular, as evidenced by the fact that certain pieces have totally sold out. During this time period, Chumlee's life was filled with a variety of obstacles that went beyond those related to business. In 2013, he became acquainted with Olivia Rodeman, a student at the University of Nevada who was further developing her abilities in the field of photography. Relationships between the two did not begin right away. They worked on developing a friendship, which eventually developed into a romantic partnership by the year 2016. The two of them became closer, which ultimately resulted in a proposal in Honolulu, Hawaii, in the year 2018. Chumlee, ever the romantic, gave Olivia a diamond ring that weighed 1.5 carats during the engagement phase of their relationship. Having similar goals and aspirations seemed to strengthen their love for one another. While attending their pre-wedding party, Olivia mentioned her aspiration to become a successful businesswoman. She envisioned a future in which she could run an eyelash workshop, or maybe a chain of such establishments. With his usual unwavering support, Chumlee brought up the possibility of integrating their businesses with his candy company at the Royal Hawaiian Waikiki. Where they had previously exchanged their engagement vows, the pair tied the knot in a private ceremony in the year 2019. It seemed as though Chumlee's life was falling into place wonderfully, with a flourishing business and a new wife who shared his passion for becoming an entrepreneur. However, the fairy tale began to exhibit signs of deterioration. Changes were plain to see by the year 2020. This marked a significant difference from the many emotional posts that the pair had made on social media in the past years, as they had stopped publishing love images. In spite of the fact that they did not stop following each other, they erased their images together, which is a hint that there may be problems. In his own life, Chumlee faced his own personal struggles. He had previously lost a substantial amount of weight, but after marrying Olivia, he gained it back. He was well known for his battles with weight-related issues. His health went through a series of spectacular ups and downs, ending in a visit to the hospital in the year 2020 for a problem related to breathing. In addition, his previous legal issues, which included arrests for possession of drugs and firearms, cast a shadow on his efforts to preserve stability. In the year 2023, Olivia and Chumlee continued to follow one another on social media sites. However, there were no indications that they were getting back together romantically. Olivia has even been seen posting pictures with other important personalities, which was a hint that she was in the process of starting something new. In spite of this, the profound regard and care that they had formerly shared appeared to continue to exist, as demonstrated by the fact that they occasionally liked each other's posts. It's not just pawn shops and chocolates that have contributed to Chumlee's success story. During the year 2019, he demonstrated his expertise in the field of real estate by selling his magnificent mansion in Las Vegas for a cool $13.75 million. This remarkable transaction occurred 7 years after he had purchased the home at a price of $1.1 million, demonstrating his ability to identify profitable investment opportunities. The huge 2-acre estate featured a house that was 600 square feet in size, a guest house, and a massive lawn that was ideal for hosting outdoor gatherings, complete with a pool that was lined with rocks. The demand for speed is something that Chumlee enjoys expressing when he is not engaged in activities such as making real estate deals or enjoying the boulevard. As someone who claims to be passionate about automobiles, he has amassed an outstanding collection that is a testament to his accomplishment. This consists of a magnificent Maserati, which is a symbol of both style and performance, as well as a Rolls-Royce Phantom, which is the epitome of automotive opulence. Chumlee's high net worth, which is approximately $5 million, is a reflection of his continued success. It is without a doubt that his prominent role in Pawn Stars was the catalyst for his financial rise, which ultimately led to his becoming one of the wealthiest cast members on the show. However, the numerous business endeavors that was involved in also played a vital role. Chumlee has a flair for turning his obsessions into profit centers, as evidenced by his clothes and accessories line, which caters to his devoted fan base, as well as his popular candy store, which is strategically positioned on the Las Vegas Strip. The achievements that he has accomplished are extraordinary, despite the fact that his net worth may not be comparable to those of seasoned investors or IT titans. The trip that Chumlee has taken is a demonstration of the power that can be achieved through effort and the unyielding pursuit of one's aspirations. In contrast to the majority of famous people, he did not inherit his money. From his humble beginnings as a worker in a pawn store, he ascended to become a versatile media figure and a wealthy businessman. His accomplishments are all his own, demonstrating that anyone can reach their monetary objectives if they are ambitious and determined enough, even if they want to incorporate a little bit of fun and whimsy into their journey.